Every international sale begins with a question. Who's responsible for the goods from the moment they leave the factory until they land with the buyer? Whose problem is insurance? Who clears it through customs? Incoterms, those mysterious three-letter codes, answer all of that. In today's video, you're not just memorizing acronyms. You're going on a container's journey from factory door to a customer's warehouse, and we'll see how each Incoterm changes who carries the cost and the risk. Chapter was the birth of a sale. EXW. Our journey starts in the seller's yard. The factory gate is open, a truck waits. The seller says, "You arranged everything? Great, take the goods." That's EXW, X works. Under EXW, the seller has done the bare minimum, make the goods available. The buyer must organize pickup, export clearance, shipping, insurance, and import customs. It's perfect when the buyer knows the export country well, but brutal for small buyers because the seller doesn't even load the truck unless you've agreed otherwise. The risk leaves the seller's hands the moment the goods are available at the factory. Chapter 2. To the port. FOB. Our container now travels to the port. The seller clears export customs, loads the goods on the vessel, and the buyer says goodbye to any hope of complaint once the box crosses the ship's rail. That's FOB, free on board. FOB suits longtime partners. The seller manages the local stuff. The buyer takes control from the moment the goods are on board. All sea costs, freight, insurance, arrival charges, belong to the buyer. Chapter 3. Crossing the ocean. CFR and CIF. When you want predictability in price, you move to CFR, cost and freight. The seller not only gets the goods on board, but also pays the freight to the destination port. Sounds generous? Maybe. But risk already passed when the goods left the loading port. If something happens mid-voyage, the buyer bears the loss even though the freight is prepaid. To soften that punch, there's CIF, cost, insurance, and freight. Everything from CFR plus minimum insurance carried by the seller. Imagine it as a basic safety net, coverage only up to 110% of the invoice and only standard risks. Smart buyers often add their own broader insurance. CIF gives a start, but not total comfort. Chapter 4. Arriving at destination DAP. Land appears on the horizon. Our container reaches the buyer's country. Under DAP, delivered at place, the seller now arranges and pays for almost all the transport, from export clearance right through inland delivery abroad. The goods arrive at the named place, say the buyer's warehouse gate, ready for unloading. At this moment, risk passes to the buyer. Import duties and taxes? That's still the buyer's job. DAP works for sellers who want to offer great service, but avoid dealing with foreign customs authorities. Chapter 5, the full service stop. DDP now, we roll the red carpet. DDP, delivered duty paid. This is the all-inclusive package. The seller handles everything: export, freight, insurance, import clearance, duty payments, even door delivery. It's brilliant for the buyer. Open the door, sign the paper, done. But risky for the seller. You're responsible for paying foreign taxes correctly and on time, even in systems you might not fully understand. One or wrong form can trap a shipment or trigger unexpected taxes. Use DDP only when you have trusted agents or subsidiaries in the buyer's country. Chapter 6. How they compare. Term. Who arranges freight? Who handles export? Who pays import duties? When does risk transfer? EXW buyer, buyer. At seller's premises, FOB buyer after vessel loading, seller buyer, On board the ship, CFR seller pays to destination port. Seller buyer. On board the ship, CIF. Seller plus insurance. Seller buyer. On board the ship, DAP. Seller to delivery place. Seller buyer upon arrival. Before unloading DDP seller. Seller upon delivery to buyer. Chapter 7. Practical advice. 1. Never choose by habit. We always do FOB isn't a strategy. Pick a term that matches your logistics capacity and margin. 2. Confirm the place. FOB Shanghai Port Terminal 3 is clearer than just FOB China. Each Incoterm requires a named place to make sense. 3. Align insurance and payment. If risk transfers early, like FOB or CFR, but your insurance starts late, you've created a gap. 4. Train your team. Sales, accounts, and logistics must all understand who pays for which leg, or your margin evaporates in confusion. So next time you negotiate a deal, remember our containers journey. From EXW at the factory gate to DDP at your customer's doorstep, every step can shift cost and risk. By mastering these 6 terms, you're not just saving money, you're preventing delays, disputes, and awkward phone calls with customs officials. Incoterms are the quiet language of trust in global trade. Speak it fluently and your operations will run smoother than any ocean crossing. If this journey helped you finally connect the dots on Incoterms, hit like so more new traders can learn too. Subscribe to Ask the Customs Manager for clarity, not confusion in global trade. See you in the next shipment story.